I'm bringing that back to Scripture because it tends to be a trend with God to use people who know that they're incredibly broken to do amazing, amazing things. And the fact that we still question God's ability to work through us. Because here's the thing, we question our ability, but no, you're not just questioning your own ability, you're questioning God's ability to work through you. And when you frame it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Exactly.
But we cop out and we say, man, I'm not worthy. Of course you're not, but you're not the one doing it.
We've never been worthy.
Yeah, you've never been worthy. You're not even the one doing it. It's God doing it through you, Dumbo. Let him work. And that's the really big thing. And you see these incredibly faithful witnesses in Scripture, like Jacob turned Israel, and then Elijah and Abraham. It's because they were willing to wait and listen and have that patience to recognize when God was speaking to them, when God was telling them to move, they moved. And when God was telling them to stay, they stayed. And the Spirit of the Lord was just with them, bro, and it did not fail them. There's not a point in Scripture where the Spirit fails anybody. And now we think this next moment, this next day, this next conflict, this next relationship is going to be that moment. No, it's not. It might not turn out the way you want it to, but the Spirit's not going to be the reason why. It's not going to he's not going to fail you. We could be so hard, we could be so callous, and there could be, a lot of sin still sitting in that situation that is yet to be reconciled. And there's relationships that need a lot of time to heal and go through, and if we're still talking about conflict a little bit. But the Spirit is never going to be the reason why things fall through. The Spirit is a spirit of unity and a spirit of peace and a spirit of joy. And he's going to bring us closer together, and he is going to encourage us and upbuild us. It is Satan who is the one lying to us and telling us it's better off. You're better off without this person. You're better off alone. You're better off without this position. This position is better off without you. This organization is better off without you. This church is better off without you. Your friends are better off without you in their life. And we start to see ourselves as a problem rather than God's solution to the problem. And that's when things get really, really, really trippy,
Yeah.
Because that's when anxiety kicks in, that's when depression kicks in, and the questioning and the faith turns south, and there's of course an uphill and a bright side that we want to be able to see with God. But when the devil gets you into a corner and he is shouting so loud that the voice of God is almost completely tuned out, then it's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. But again, we have that still small voice, even when the devil's shouting, saying to us, I'm here. It's not even you're worthy, because that's trippy in of itself. It's just I'm here. And if I'm here, then it doesn't matter whether or not you're worthy. Because as you said, I'm going to make you into who I have called you to be. And there is nothing that Satan can do to stop that. He can't stop the Spirit. And I found that whenever Satan starts attacking more. Okay, I love this analogy, and I'm definitely stealing it. But when does a mother bear attack?
When her children are in most danger.
Right, but when does a coyote attack?
When they're weakest.
When they're afraid. Right, and so you have God, who's a mama bear. Or a papa bear, and he's definitely protecting his children. He's gonna attack, and he's going to protect, and he's a shepherd, and he's bringing in his flock, bear, sheep, whatever. But there's the wolf and there's the lion, and they don't attack unless they are terrified. It's when you back a coyote into a corner that it starts growling at you. A coyote's a pretty chill animal. It'll prance around, walk around. It's actually pretty much scavengers. They don't want to kill things, but the reason coyotes attack is because they are terrified. And it's when the devil is backed into a corner where he starts lashing out and gnashing his teeth. And so we mistake the devil's attacks for his pride and his ability and his power, when really it's an example of his weakness. And when the devil starts tempting you, when the devil starts saying, here I am, be afraid, no, he's afraid. Don't be fooled. He's a liar. He's the king of lies. Use that as your confidence to say, no, Satan. God is here. You are not allowed to be. Not here, not now, not ever. Christ is stronger than you. You get out, Satan. You are not allowed here. And that's the Spirit, bro. That's the spirit of peace transcending all understanding. more than we could ever ask for or imagine. He is there with us, bro. So I'm glad that you get to share, your testimony in that regard, because it's just so telling of how the Spirit moves and how he works so faithfully to equip you. He's done the same thing with me in different regards with different positions where we think we're unworthy. God doesn't care.